Okay guys, now we were looking at sketching there and we were looking at 3D sketching, but I just want to give a quick look there at doing 2D sketching as well. Now what's good practice there is just drawing rectangles and squares and stuff like this. So try to keep an eye to the top of your page and to the side of your sheet, because if you slide in your pencil, it should be staying parallel to them. So I'm just looking at just drawing a few rectangular boxes here of any size, but try to keep them parallel to the top of the sheet and parallel so that it's straight up and straight across. And that's going to be our starting exercise to just sorry now guys, practice drawing boxes. Now why would you want to do that kind of thing? Well, what I would hope there then that we would be able to practice is drawing something like a pillar drill. So if we just draw a base like this, and I'm going to draw a light line up here. I'm going to draw a top that's about the same size up there, and I'm going then about a third of the ways up, and I'm going to draw a table. So that's just 3 boxes inside in a bigger box, and then maybe a third of the ways in, I'm going to draw this light now. Just a light line up here, because I'm going to be rubbing some of this out again. Now this is going to be a pillar drill. Now that's the pillar that's going up there, that's the table, and so on. So, and I'm going to put some colours on this. So I'm going to just put a colour on that, and I'm going to colour this in green. So that's going to be our base, and the colour is green. Okay, so just go a little bit heavier along the edges there. So that's our base. There's our pillar. This is the table. And up here on top is, now you can make this look better than if you chopped off. You're going to want to have your rubber with you there, even though mine has gone missing. Because if you have the rubber with you there, you can just put a few little decorations on this to make it look a bit better. So I'm going to just put a little curve, some round corners on this. Okay, so that there is the start. Now what I want us to do next is we're going to just draw a motor on here, and I'm going to colour that in. I'll just try and put it in dark green as well. Now in here is where all our pulley belts are. So we can't see them, but in there are the belts that turn the spindle. And the motor would have a shaft coming up there turning those belts. But we're just going to turn that or colour that in green. So what have we done there at the moment? We've really done, you know, 5 different boxes, but I've just rounded off some of the corners on it. So that's our motor. In here's our pulleys. This is the table. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put a vise up on the table here. So that's just another box. I'm going to draw a heavy circle on that, and I'm going to just put a bar through that there for turning the vise. And I might colour that vise in blue because that's different to the drill. That's not part of the drill. So I just make it a different colour because you can lift off that vise and move it or take it away. And I will just put in the handle in a different shade here. Okay, so the next thing I want here is I'm going to put in where the gears are. So I'm going to come in. You could keep this out at the edge, but I'm going to come in a small bit. I'm going to just come down and level with the motor, or just roughly level with the motor. I'm going to come across and I'm going to just chop a corner off that and heavy this in now. Now, do I want to put a colour on this? I might just shade it in with the pencil, and that might do. So that's our pillar, which gives it the name pillar drill. Now here would be our gearbox. Now I want to just heavy this in here. I want us to know that there's a split there, because you can open that up. Now, the last thing that I want to put in here really is our roughly up from the middle of that. I want to put in where our spindle would be here. And we're going to just put in something. It comes out, line across, goes down, line across, back in, line across, and we'll put a drill into it. So that would be our chuck. And spindle and stuff. And the only thing I don't have on this now is the handle. Now, we could put the handle somewhere like up here. I might draw this in pen now. So we'll put a reasonably big circle here, and I'm going to put one coming straight down, and then one about the same length sloping up, and one about the same length sloping up. Okay, and that's the feed handle. So there's the chuck. I'll put a colour maybe on that as well. I probably should just shade it in with the pencil so it's metallic like. I'm going to put the colour on this in green as well. So there's the table. Now another thing I could add in here then is if I just draw a circle in the middle of this, and I'm going to draw just a bar and another circle here, and I'm just going to put another circle around that. Now this is the table, that's the height adjusting handle. So now that, when you wind that, I'll just put an arrow on this here just to say that like that. You can wind that around and it lifts the table up and down when you wind this handle around. So here's our base. There's our pillar. Here's the vise. As I said, there's the table, the motor, the pulleys, the feed handle. This is the gearbox in here. And the only thing, I suppose, the on-off button we can say is around the other side. So there's our pillar drill, and I want you to practice that now. It might take you 3 or 4 goes or whatever there, 4 or 5 goes to draw that. You can use rulers if you want, and let's get one of them drawn and coloured in. We'll practice our sketching and drawing and our colouring and our labelling. So I look forward to seeing them.